Cinderby School of Design presents Tips from Real Life, a series of conversations that helps you understand the ABCs and the XYZs of design. In this episode of Tips from Real Life, we have with us Asad Firdausi. Asad is the principal architect and the founder at Asad Firdausi Designs. Post his graduation, upon attaining his architectural degree in 1992, Asad delved into his homegrown family business of furniture crafting and assumed the role of a junior architect at his establishment. Later on, he took over as the head of Firdaus Furnishers. His designs have reimagined the legacy of timeless teak, and this stems from his inherent sense of individuality, unconventional thought process, and a strong bond with his traditional values of design. He wishes to develop vernacular modernism by pairing traditional constructional techniques with the everyday industrial and natural forms. With his craft attaining acclaim and appreciation the world over, Asad's strength finds its roots in the foundation of his traditional design knowledge and expertise. His absolute hidden superpower lies in chairs. Let's get to see Chairs, a design story.
So good afternoon everyone. So let me start by sharing some slides and a presentation. So this is the motto of Asad Firdausi Design: in pursuit of timeless designs. So there is one place where there is no time, and that is space. But there is another thing which is timeless, and that's a Mother Nature. Time is always with respect to our own lifespan. Time is something we humans have developed by distributing and defining centuries, years, months, hours, minutes, and seconds. So the pursuit here is finding design that can be remembered for many lifespans, many years, and many centuries. So guys, we are all creative people. We are architects, designers, interior designers, product designers. And what do you mean by creativity? To me, creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Design is knowing which one to keep. So today we are going to talk about nature-inspired designs, which is also called as biomimicry. So biomimicry, people always have been trying to mimic nature, get inspiration from nature, nature. Like you can see some examples that I have shown here. The architecture, but the Stuttgart Beetle Pavilion, the Lotus Museum, then these trees in Singapore, then this Dragon Skin Pavilion, Familia Sagrada. Antonio Gaudi was one of the most popular architect who was inspired from nature and has incorporated everything from nature into his buildings. Then these are some furniture like the Cobra chair, the tulip stools, the ivy chair, the rhino chair, and all these things. So I have also tried to do, I am doing mimicking nature. I'm making designs inspired from nature. And how do I do it? So my basic methodology is, first I do a research with an inspiration, then there's ideation, conceptualization, detailing, finishing, and the final product. And these are the factors that influence the design, like need, idea, in material, inspiration. Ergonomics is the most important thing, because chair is one piece of furniture that is in maximum contact with human body. So ergonomics becomes the most important thing. Sociology and psychology also becomes very important, because in which social status you're going to provide the chair and what is the psyche of the person using the chair. And finally, and the most important thing, comes the economics, where I've compromised somewhat on economics because I think design is more important than economics. So today we are going to go through a journey of designing furniture that are inspired from nature. So this is an interesting thing that we are going to go a little in detail, and I'm going to show the process how we have done this chair. So this is the Bharatanatyam chair. Actually, I got a chance to visit in Arangnatram, and there the poses were so beautiful that I thought I have to immortalize these poses by a piece of furniture. So this was the concept, and we did some research on which pose we can make a chair. So finally we thought this is the pose that can be made into a chair. And then this is a rough sketch, and this is the basic uh, formwork that we made for the chair, and we tried draping it with sari and all so that it looks more authentic. So this is the chair, and then we've done the stitching of the sari, the fusing, the cutting, everything in house. Even the blouse has been stitched here for the chair. And then this is the final product. So it's a chair that is wrapped in a Bharatanatyam sari. So you can see the details. This is another project we did in 2011. This is banana peel. When you eat a banana, you peel the skin. And like when I was doing it, I thought, let me try make a chair out of this. So this chair we designed, we actually mimicked nature in two ways. One is the form and the other is the process. So this chair is designed like a human body, having skeleton, muscle and skin. So you can see a skeleton, then you can see muscle. Muscle is done with jute and the skin is done with paper. And this is, then we painted the whole thing to look like a banana, and then this is the final product.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Design Tips from Real Life. Subscribe to the Cinder Bay School of Design YouTube channel for more such videos. Stay tuned for all the updates on our Instagram page. Cinder Bay, design your creative future.